Thank you for tuning in to the weekly Relapse.
You nailed it. There you go. Forgot to say your name.
You are listening to the Weekly Relapse with your host, Skylar Potter.
The day is done. Let's party, junkies. It's good for your soul. Every now and then it's lose control. So please don't be scared. And come and dance if you dare.
What is going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Weekly Relapse. I am with Stewart Cowan, man. What's up, buddy?
Hey, not much, man.
How
Thanks
you
for
been?
having me.
Dude, absolutely. So we met at the fucking 806 open mic. You're a musician here in town who I've been trying to get you on for a while, dude, because you impressed the shit out of me, man.
Hey, thanks, dude. I really appreciate that.
We're gonna end up playing some music. Probably, I want to play it early on, so people definitely have to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
if they have something pop up, it's gonna be early on. So, but what kind of, like, if you had to explain like a style of the music that you play, because I fucking dig it, man.
Well, I would say that historically I used to listen to, a lot of folk music, and I feel like I kind of learned how to play the guitar through folk music and write songs that way. But I listen to a lot of different things, and I feel like I have a lot of different influences. So if I was to put it into one category, it'd probably be like Americana.
Yeah, dude. Because I'll be real. Like, I go to the 806 all the time, and we have a lot of amazing musicians come through. The first time I saw you play, I thought you were, like, traveling through. I was like, oh, this dude's on the way to a gig somewhere, and just happened. Because that happens. We have people just stop in, and that's genuinely what I thought. I was like, this kid's on the road right now. He's fucking crushing it. Like, he's crushing it. That was really... You even played the mic, the open mic where we didn't have a microphone. And you opened that one up and fucking killed, man.
Oh, thanks.
You write your own music. What was the name of your website again?
It's Stewart Cowan's on my name.bandcamp.com.
Right on, yeah. I have the music pulled up right now. Fucking, how long have you been playing? Like, because I played guitar, but I only picked it up when I was like in my 20s, like when I was like 20, 21. And I played for a few years, like maybe a year and a half solid.
Right.
And then I pick it up every now and then, but I don't really fuck with it that much.
Yeah. Well, I guess I started singing when I was really young because my mom was the music leader at church.
Oh, yeah?
And we kind of moved around to a couple of different churches in the Panhandle area, but she was always kind of involved with the music, and so a lot of these churches would have a Sunday special, and me and my sisters would go up there and sing for Sunday specials. And anyway, I started learning the guitar when I was probably 11 or 12. That's when I started to get into it. And anyway, I had taken some piano lessons before then when I was like 7, but I was just too young.
I forgot you played the piano.
Yeah.
That one open mic too.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Yeah, you got to get on the road, dude.
Dude, yeah, I'm really trying to kind of spice it up, and I every time I play one of those open mics, it's like I want to do a different show each time. It's like I try to do something
And
new.
The reason I asked what styles, because I feel like you have your own, dude. Like, I've never heard. Let's go ahead and play something so they can kind of get an idea.
Okay.
And you said you did all the instruments for this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a real saxophone. Jesus, man, this is awesome.
Thank you. song, The Bridge Happens.
In your sweet hand, this ought to your goddamn mind. Oh yeah.
Dude, come on. What, like, because I've never heard the whole piece, like, where all the instruments put together.
Right.
Every time I've seen you perform, it's either you and a piano, which I just remembered, and then it's usually just you killing that acoustic guitar, man. And, like, yeah, that's fucking dope. You can find that at, what is it, Stewart Cowan .bandcamp.com?
Yes.
Bam. Don't be afraid to say that 1,000 times, because I'll forget.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
make sure that you guys go look this shit up, man. Yeah, and this is just you have multiple like demos on there. This is just one of the ones I clicked on.
Yeah, this is so it goes through some changes sometimes. I've got some old ones on there, and anyway, the ones that I have up there right now are the ones that I feel like represent me best right now. So this is part of the Skinny Victim demos, which it's 3 songs that I wrote over like a couple of years, honestly, like at the end of college and like getting into life after college. And anyway, they just kind of got strung together, and I was like,
Dude,
this is a thing.
It's cool to see, because you crush every open mic and you're always doing different shit. It's cool to know, where do you record at? Like,
Well, so all of these songs were recorded actually in Panhandle, Texas.
oh yeah.
That's my hometown, and I would be coming through sometimes and like staying with my parents for like a week or 2 weeks, like over holidays, or just when I was moving from one thing to the next. And so it was usually during those times that I was just kind of waylaid at my parents' house, and my dad had this little recording unit.
Excuse me. No, dude, I
Excuse
burp
me,
all the fucking time
burping.
on it. Yeah.
Anyway, so he had this little unit, and I just recorded these songs on there, basically.
Is it like an old, like, so you had to record each track and then edit it together?
Yeah, it's like, it would basically be like I record one guitar, and the way I usually do it is I record a couple guitars that are playing like the main thing, and then I record the vocals over it, and I do like 2 different vocals a lot of the times. And so I'll just like start it over, and record the next thing. Start it over, record the next thing.
Fuck, man, that's so impressive to me, because like as a comic, it's like I gotta write and then I gotta say the thing over and over in front of people, but like in order for me to put something out there, it's literally as simple as recording every single time I perform, and then if something goes well and it's funny enough, I'll put it out. Maybe I usually don't, but 'cause I don't want to oversaturate my material. It's already hard enough that we don't perform like that often in front of
Right.
different crowds. Like, it's always the same place, same venue.
Yeah.
a lot of the people there are just regulars who don't mind paying a $5 cover charge to drink at the bar they feel most comfortable in.
Right.
So so like if I do the same material over and over, they're not gonna. Eventually, even the regulars aren't gonna show up. Like, yeah, we've heard this one. We get it. We get it.
Yeah.
We get it. At the end, there's a fart. Okay, like just. So I've been like, yeah, but fuck, having to sit down. So that's all I have to do is record a set, put it out.
Right.
Man, you got to sit down and how many hours would you say it takes just to put together that song? Like, I mean, I know other than like writing, like you have it all down, memorized, just recording it and putting it out.
Well, honestly, most of these are just recorded in one day. But, I mean, it's like one whole day I'm spending on a song. And, I mean, I'm pretty amateur still, honestly, Like, I lack some of the professional skills. I'm just kind of figuring it out on my own,
I get it, man.
And so, anyway, I don't know, though. I do put a lot of work into it when I do sit down and focus on it, and I spend probably more time just writing in general rather than the actual recording process.
That shit makes me jealous, dude, because I have been in a writing rut right now. I cannot put shit together. Like, I had, 3 new jokes that I'm, literally scared to tell on stage because I don't think they're going to work. It's like, and that's the best of. That's what I pulled out of everything I've put on paper lately. Those 3 things were the most solid while I was reading through what I had.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, okay. And then now it's just those 3 things. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh fuck, man. I can't take this. I can't go up there for 3 minutes and just go this is what I got. It's just not there. So I feel bad. That's why I didn't go up last night, and I didn't.
I understand. Yeah.
I just had a string of shows too, so I feel like all my old material, because we did a show at Urbana, then I had a couple at Leftwoods, and I had one at Rounders. So I'm like, dude, all my material's out there right now. So if people, they're cause, they'll look up. People are more active than I think we think they are, because open mics have been getting packed lately.
Yeah,
with people to watch.
Yeah.
Even Whiskey River, people are coming to watch comedy, and I'm like,
oh, that's
what
really
the
cool.
fuck, man? That's crazy too. That's foreign to us in Amarillo.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. It's just now starting to happen. I mean, maybe not the 806. 806 is different. We've always had people coming through for that one. But that's crazy. So I don't want to exhaust everything that I've put out there.
Right.
If you come to the show and you come to the comedy open mic and then you go to the 806 and you hear the same joke 3 times, you're not going to care anymore.
Yeah. See, that's how I feel about my set, too, is I mean, and I bet it's very similar to the comedy thing, because
in your head,
you gotta improve it, and you gotta figure out ways to, there's just this really big aspect of the whole, performance. How are you going to suggest these ideas to the audience?
Have you literally ever changed a song? You know what I mean? On stage,
maybe
played it faster than you normally would.
Yeah.
You play it like this. It's how you've been practicing it all day. You're kind of bored with that shit.
Yeah.
The crowd's a little downbeat already. You're like, if I play a slow song right now, it's gonna kill their
Right.
They have no spirit left already. I don't know why, but everyone's just drinking, just kind of talking amongst themselves.
Right.
So you speed it up or something.
Yeah.
You do that?
I do that, and
that's crazy.
A lot of my songs that I've written are just kind of incomplete, and I get too eager, and I want to show them, so I'll play them. And usually it's well, I don't really have anything other than this song that I've been trying to write, so I'm just gonna go ahead and play that. And so I'll end up trying to just improv some of it, and a lot of the times the words that I'm singing aren't real words. I'm just kind of singing gibberish. But I feel like I am able to,
At least you never
sing,
accidentally break out in scat. You know what I mean? You never panicked and dude, that's the fucking worst, dude. Being on stage and then stumbling over your words, or I imagine for you because let's say for me, I don't know your song. You might hit a chord, it doesn't register with me that it was the wrong one.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it might sound like that sounded a little off, but but to you is the biggest fucking deal, because you're that was not what I fuck, man, that was the wrong C, or what, whatever.
Yeah.
You just maybe misplace your fingers so it sounds like you're, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because I do that, I hate playing in front of people, because even in my own house, just a homie over, I'll be playing and he is playing. If I mess up, I'm beating myself. I think that's why I quit. I've never had a passion. That's what I think is impressive. Is I've never really had a passion to take it to stage. You know what I mean? Like, that sounds so scary to me.
I mean, yeah, it's like anything, you know. I mean, I'm sure even with comedy, like, I mean, did you ever feel like you were going, you know, when you went up for your first time and you're just like, shoot, I'm about to tell all these people about my fucking life a little bit. Like,
I don't want to say bullied. Bully's the wrong word. My friends were really enthusiastic about getting me on stage.
yeah,
Okay, like, I didn't want to do it. I had they were just like, I would tell stories at parties. It was Thomas, dude, the guy who runs the open mic. I was at a party, and I'm just telling a story, and like, I don't remember what the fuck. I told a story. They were all laughing, and then I kind of improv this story about how I didn't understand. It was so fucking stupid. I didn't understand. Like, it was like, I don't understand why they call them pantries. It's just like another. You can call anything a fucking pantry if you want. It's like, and I was like, that's the bathroom, or like the toilet pantry, and I was calling the kennel the dog pantry, and they're dying, right? And I was like, this is dumb. Like, I don't know why they're fucking laughing, but I just kept doing it. I just kept throwing out different examples to see like how long they would laugh. And he was like, you gotta get on stage. You fucking got to. And
that's funny.
It took me a year after that to even work up the courage to go on stage.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck you guys. This is you setting me up. You guys are setting me. It didn't feel right. And then the moment you do it, I bet if I got on stage and played the guitar, like played a song I know and people cheered, I couldn't wait to go do it again. You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah, absolutely. There are some shows, and you know, always playing for the 806, like, that is such an engaging crowd.
They give a fuck, dude. They do. Most of them give a fuck. And
they really do.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you see the same people. They're excited to see you.
It's honestly, you know, growing up here, that's like my favorite place. And it's, yeah, I love those open mic nights,
I went to the open mic one time. Or not the open mic, the 806, just in general.
Right.
Before I ever did. I went there once, and then I was like 18. I had a terrible experience. Awful. One of the worst experiences of my life.
Okay.
It's not their fault. And then never went back, and I also hate accordions. I'll just tell you. I went to the 806 one time when I was 18. I was on ecstasy. I came in there. It was nighttime. This dude was playing a fucking accordion.
Right.
And just was the worst night of my life. It made everything terrible. I hate accordions now. I cannot stand accordions. That ruined me. So I never went back until they made me go until the open mic.
Okay.
So that was the first time I ever, and now I love the place. It's my favorite place, and like you said, best place in Amarillo.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I mean, it's. I call it
Amarillo's little L.A. Like, everyone's already kind of offended and stuff, so you gotta be you gotta tiptoe around feelings, but it's fun. It's a fun place to be.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's a good comparison. I feel like it's distracted me from other parts of Amarillo though, like Whiskey River. Like, I've only been there once or twice, or I think I've been there like 3 times. But
did they dig it?
Huh? Who?
The open mic? Whenever do you perform there? Or
no,
just go there and hang out?
I haven't played there. I saw you there. I saw you and Matt play there or perform there back in.
Oh man, I was probably hammered that day.
Dude, it was I can't remember if it was.
It was before we hosted, huh?
Shit, I can't remember if it was in 2017 or 2018.
Yeah, so it'd have been the first one. I got trashed. I don't know if you left early. If you stuck around, I convinced everybody to
I was there on a Tinder date.
Oh yeah? If you were there, were you there when I convinced like all these dudes to sing and dance "Bye Bye Bye" by NSYNC or whatever their name is, Backstreet Boys?
I don't remember.
Dude, I got hammered. I had to go pick up my shirt and my joke notebook the next day. The first thing I did was text them, like, dude, do I owe you? I don't know if I owe you money or an apology. Like, I am so sorry. I don't remember leaving. I knew I'd fallen down. I knew, like, I had bruises and shit. Like, I guess my friend drove me home. I don't remember any. Dude, I feel like $2 you call it's dangerous. You know what I mean? That's a dangerous thing. I feel like the price of drinks makes sense sometimes because it's like you can't afford. You don't want to spend that much money because, like, dude, $2 you call it. I spent $60 fucking dollars on $2 you call it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have done that if it was like $5 drinks. I would have been like, fuck that. I'm having 3 and I'm out of here. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Right. Definitely. Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought about that. That was a crazy fucking night.
I feel like the nicer the drink that you order, though, too, you also drink it a little bit slower, maybe. You know?
I don't know, man. This is why I can't go out anymore. I drink like I'm at home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I fucking, hey, let me have a beer. Boom, smash it. Like, drink it as fast as I can.
I know.
Like,
I
I'm not,
know.
it's like I'm not even there to socialize. It's like I'm there to get fucked up. And I'm like, that's not good. That's not so. And then I do really well of not going out for a long time. I need to stop. I need to slow down on drinking. That's a real, like, I need to. I think it's probably, I drink an unhealthy amount. But, like, I do it at home now, which saves me money. And I do drink slower than for some reason in public. Whenever there's other people around, I'm buying shots. I'm fucking, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, there's more pressure when you're out to be like in party mode. Like
kind of.
I
Even
feel
if it's
like-
just me and my, I'm just thinking about this. Sorry, but like even if it's just me and my girlfriend, I'll drink way more there in that hour than I would drink at home in an hour.
Mhm.
It's not good. I do well of not going out, like I said, but then
You know-
I'll do a show. Then I'm gonna end up out every night of the week.
The key is to all of the other people is that they don't drink at home.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. That's where the problem comes from. That's because, well, that's another thing. Is like I'll leave the bar before, like I gotta leave before midnight. They're like, why? I was like, I gotta buy beer.
Yeah.
Like you're at a place that sells beer till 2. It's like, yeah, but it's I'm gonna pick up a 6-pack on the way home too, man. Like I'm.
Yeah, like hey, the party doesn't stop here, man.
Yeah, dude. I have to watch 3 episodes of The Office before I can go to bed. That's like a fucking rule in my house. Even if you're staying the night. If the internet goes out, got them on DVD. Don't worry. That's what we do. It's a ritual in the Potter household. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to watch different shit right now because I got, like, I will watch The Office. I will literally finish the whole series.
Right.
And then it's like, what do you want to watch? And I'm like, fuck. Just watch it again. Let's just start with episode 1. Look, Michael's back.
I
You
saw
know?
a really great meme today that said, "I pay $13.99 for an Office subscription."
And then, see, that is legit with me. And I felt bad. My poor girlfriend. You know what I mean? She's like she watches all kinds of shows.
Right.
And then like I'm like, you wanna watch The Office? You know what I mean? So I've been watching every Adam Sandler movie on Netflix right now. That's what I watched that one with him. And have you seen the Do-Over with him and David Spade?
Oh no, I have not.
Definitely one of the fucking. It's pretty good, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I would highly recommend
I
it.
haven't watched an Adam Sandler
I'm-
movie in.
A lot of people
Akin's
don't like his
age.
shit anymore. I loved Sandy Wexler. I thought that was a great movie. Thought it was hilarious.
Which one?
Sandy Wexler. It's like he's like this big time agent in LA or whatever. Like, it's really fucking funny.
Okay.
And then, but it's like all of his shit's been based for like kids lately. You know what I mean? The one
Okay.
just Do Over or whatever it's called. I believe that's what it is. Do Over. That one with David Spade and him is like it's for adults. It's fucking great. It's super funny.
All right.
It's just fun to watch them act again together. Like, you know what I mean? Like in a good movie. I'm not trying to be a dick, but I've just been watching that and that 70s show.
Oh yeah, dude, that 70s show. I watched what I got addicted to. They've taken it off, but Always Sunny.
Dude,
I watched.
I would crush an Always Sunny in Philadelphia trivia. That's like my shit. It's like,
I love it, dude. Yeah.
you can watch it on Hulu still.
Oh, nice.
And they have
Hell
the newest
yeah.
season.
Oh,
The one with like the
man.
game turns black and the fucking. Have you seen that one?
I may have. Is that the one where
It's like a musical.
it ends where Dennis leaves?
No, that's the very last episode of that season. The one I'm talking about, the very first episode of it. And then the second
Okay.
one, I think the second episode of that season, I think it's season, I don't remember, like 11 or 12, some shit.
Yeah.
The water park episode is
Oh my
by
god,
far
dude! Yes, I actually watched that just recently. I can't remember where I was at, but dude,
whenever
yeah.
Danny DeVito goes down that slide, he's all, it burns, it burns, it burns, it burns, it burns. Like, God, dude, I was in fucking tears.
AIDS! I've got AIDS.
Yeah. Oh, what's this goddamn AIDS blooded pool? Like,
That show is
he's like,
hilarious,
that girl had
man.
to chew through a prolapsed anus. That show, dude, and like, who's your favorite character on Always Sunny?
That's the thing, man. Is
You watch it so much, your favorite starts to change, man.
it's like every character is great for their own reason.
My favorite's Dennis, dude.
Oh, really?
If I have to pick one, it's Dennis. That fool cracks me the fuck up. He's like, I need my tools. He's all
Dude,
freaking out.
My favorite relationship in that show is Charlie and Frank.
Yes, that is. It's beautiful. He's like, don't.
So-
He tells his mom, like, don't you ever try to take Frank away from me again. All right, I won.
No. Dude, have you seen the one where they give Frank an intervention?
Yeah, he's all gargling, fucking. He's chugging beers. They're drinking wine out of cans.
He didn't realize that Mac was walking next to him, and he spits up all this beer.
He's all, but
like,
dude,
whoa.
I've been pitching you this idea for like the last half mile. He's like, I got a plan. He's like, yeah, I know. We talked about it. Jesus, dude. Yeah, like
We're gonna turn your entire podcast into
dude, then that's what's funny is like that's how it ends up happening all the time, man. Those guys did a fucking good job, like on that show. Like Always Sunny in Philadelphia
yeah.
is without a doubt. Like I watch The Office all the time, but like anytime it's a conversation that gets brought up, like what's your favorite TV show of all time? Like I'm like of all time, Always Sunny,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Everybody
It's
wanted
great.
to be Green Man for Halloween one year. You know what I mean? Like the suit, the morph suit. the one where they do that's what the Philadelphia baseball game. Like they're like in the
Yes.
court trying to explain why they shouldn't have to pay these parking tickets.
Yeah.
She's all, you committed a litany of crimes in the process. Like, no, you pay the original fine. Oh shit! I gotta watch some more Always Sunny now. That's what I'm gonna have to do tonight. Fuck. So what else you been up to, man?
Dude, okay, so I am moving at the end of this month.
Fuck that. I hate moving so. I bet you're excited. It's always
It's cool, but yeah,
It's
you're
always
right.
it's fucking like one side of the blade. You're fucking hell yeah, dude. Get
Yeah.
a new spot. Da 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 da.
Yeah, it's
The other side's fucking money.
Well, dude,
And
okay, yeah, the
Moving in general sucks.
the real bitch of it is that like a few months ago I was looking for a place cuz I had just come back to Amarillo. And cuz I've only been here for like 5 months now.
Oh yeah.
And I mean officially, like I grew up in Panhandle and I've always come back. Like I lived in Lubbock for a good while, so it was like I was over here quite a
What's
bit.
like the furthest away you went? Like you're like, I gotta get out of Texas. You ever do that? You're like, I gotta fucking.
I lived in the Philippines.
Jesus Christ,
I
man.
did, yeah.
God damn.
I lived in the Philippines for 2 months. That's what I did right before I moved to Amarillo this time, and
How long were you there?
just 2 months.
Yeah?
But I went over there with the intention of being there longer, but I just, man, I was in Manila, and that city was just, the pollution was so bad, and like it was just too different. And I had just gotten out of this real serious relationship, the most serious. I just moved out from living with this girlfriend, you know,
To the Philippines, dog.
to the Philippines, basically, yeah.
Damn,
And
it's like a Forgetting Sarah Marshall movie. That's like something you could write about.
yeah, it was. I mean, it provided a lot of material for like poems and stuff, you know.
Dude, so how'd you go about that? You just like plane ticket, I'm out of here?
Well, it was random. So actually, I broke up with my girlfriend and moved back to Panhandle and worked at the grain elevator. I'd worked there before, and I was just, you know, I had gotten out of college, so I didn't know what the hell I was going to do with my degree. And my uncle called me out of the blue, and he is married to this woman, this Filipino woman, and they own a business over there. And he's like, hey, our company just got this project, and we need a native English speaker. Do you want to come work out here? And I was like, hell yes.
That's
Absolutely.
Yeah. And man, most people, when an opportunity like that is thrown at them, they're like, I don't know, man. Like that's a scary idea. Just like, hey, you want to go? Like when do we leave? Like tomorrow? Like if you got like 2 weeks.
It was like, yeah, it was
got-
like that basically. Like, I think it was
See, I
2 weeks.
Man, like I kind of did that. Mine wasn't near. I just moved. I went to Colorado.
And
like,
that's
I like
where I'm going to now.
That's how I told my mom. Like I told my mom it was not even 2 weeks. I think it was like 6 or 7 days. I was like on the phone with my friend. He's like, so when you coming down here? I was like, whenever you get the ticket, man. He's like, I'll fucking buy one online right now. I thought he was bullshitting. So I was like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, do it, right?
Yeah.
Next day he calls me, yo, I got the ticket. You're coming on this day. Plane leaves at like 8 a.m. I was like, what the so I had, like, and
Yeah.
it's now it's like I have to just bite it. I gotta do it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
just opened the door and told my mom. She was outside working in the yard. I was like, hey mom, I'm moving to Colorado in 6 days. I love you. And I just shut the door.
Oh man.
She thought I was kidding until like 3 days in. I was like, mom, I'm really like I'm selling all my shit. Like I'm out. Like I got to afford and like it. I wasn't prepared to move there, man. I wasn't.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't have like any money saved up. The day after I found out, I got fired from my job because they were like, you just don't care anymore. Like they're real worried about like just replacing me as fast as possible. As soon as I told them I was
Okay.
moving. So like, yeah, and I just basically partied for the next like 7. It may have been a little longer. It may have been like 13 days. I don't remember exactly because like, I just remember partying for like, like a week or 2. I don't know. Just
Right.
got fucked up every day before I left. And just saying bye like every night I left the bar like I'm leaving like, this morning. Woo! Like just having the time of my life. Then just got on a plane, landed in Denver, New York.
Denver, New York.
Denver, Colorado.
The far land of Denver,
Well,
New York.
my follow up was gonna be like, could you imagine doing that to New York, like just bouncing and just going
Oh,
there? Because I know
man.
someone who did that shit. But I just did. I just went to Denver, Colorado. Buddy picked me up, went straight to the apartment. Then we went downtown, had some drinks. It was fun for a while, but you know, it's hard to find a job, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I worked at Chipotle for 2 days. They were
really?
they were such douchebags that I was just like, I'm not going back. Fuck that. Nope. They're the worst people on the planet. I've never even eaten the food. Worked there for 2 days, never even tried a burrito.
Dude, I have to admit that I eat Chipotle, but I have come to start disliking it. Like,
Well, this is the only reason. It had nothing to do with the food. I was a cook, and I cooked like 27 or some shit pieces of chicken, dude. There's so many pieces of chicken, and it was my second day. And you have to cook like they time you like in training. You're supposed to like cook these in this amount of time, and then have them cut up, like diced in little square like chunks, and like that should take you this much time. And they'd like ride your ass about it. And then they had, on their napkins, and I don't know if they still are like this. They had like 3 little circles on them, right?
mm-hmm.
And they would hold up the meat and show you which ones were bigger than that circle, and they're like, that's the ideal size of the meat. You gotta make it. You gotta when you cut them, it's gotta be that size.
Okay.
So you get bitched at for going too slow, trying to be perfect. And then I was like, fuck it, dude. So I just sped through, man. There were some that weren't they weren't huge, dude. Like I mean,
Yeah.
they were like maybe a little bigger than like.
Okay.
And I was like, I can fix that. And then they threw the whole tray of chicken away that I had just cooked and cut up and made me do it again because it was like, because some of them were bigger. Like, I was like, man, fuck this place. So I finished out that shift. Never went back, dude. I was like, you guys just wasted 27 pieces of chicken just to be a dick. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, you
that's
could have given that to
ridiculous.
somebody. You know how many homeless people are in Denver, bro? And you just
Yeah.
throw away 27 pieces of chicken?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's. Yeah.
So I never went back to that place.
Dude, well, working in restaurants, honestly, as far as compared to other work experiences, you can work in a great restaurant, right? But compared to other work experiences, working in a restaurant
The moment
is
you,
just
yeah, dude,
stressful.
the moment you get the fuck out of working in a restaurant, and you work like a different job, different like whether it's customer service, even like, dude, you do
Yeah.
that for a couple months, you're like, I'm never going back.
Yeah.
I'm never fucking going back.
Yeah.
Because no matter how stressful it can be, like checking out people at Radio Shack, fucking didn't ever hail in comparison to being a line cook at like
Yeah.
Olive Garden or Red Lobster on Mother's
Dude,
Day.
and those chain restaurants suck. Like,
Bro, and I'm
uh,
telling you, like, dude, I would never wish working a fucking Mother's Day to a like on my worst enemy as a line cook
yeah.
on a Mother's Day at a nice fucking restaurant. It's over, dude.
Yeah.
It's all day. It's fucking, and that ticket machine never stops, dude. They literally bring in like 4 extra cooks for that shift, and it's all day. Like everyone's just, you don't get smoke breaks. There's, dude, it is nuts.
awful.
I've never seen anything like it. It was so crazy. Oh my god, yeah. I remember thinking like in that moment, like this is like the crazy. It's like the Black Friday for like Best Buy. You know what I mean?
Okay,
It's just
yeah.
batshit insane. You can't.
Yeah, I can imagine.
People love their
man.
moms, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Father's Day, you get a little busy, but it was like mostly steaks and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bunch of ribeyes. Mother's Day is a different world, man. But like, okay, So you said you worked in restaurants and stuff. Like, what's the craziest job that you think you've had? Like as far as like experience, like it can be good or bad. Bad's the funnier one, but
I've
I'm
worked.
just fucking with you.
I've worked in. Okay, the worst job I ever had was when I lived in Houston, and I worked for an immigration law firm as a legal assistant, and I was making the most money I've ever made.
But it was it just sucked.
It was awful, man. It was just paperwork, and my boss was just so passive aggressive and shit. Like, I was on my lunch break. I was on my lunch break at my desk, right? And I was just sitting there, and I had put my computer to the side and open up my lunch, and like, it's very obvious that I'm taking my lunch break. That's like what a lot of people did, just ate lunch at their desk, you know, and if somebody comes by and they see that you're eating lunch, like, then it's like, oh, they're eating lunch, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, I had my headphones in, and I had my phone set up. I was watching King of the Hill on my phone.
Classy.
and anyway, but I was eating my lunch, and my boss came up, and she put this file on my desk, and then she went back to hers. And this woman just made me tense, you know, like, she was very awkward and just business only.
See,
and
man, that's crazy.
It was strange, man. It was just like, what kind of human being are you? And anyway, she puts this file on my desk, and then, like, I get back on my computer after lunch, right? And I've got an email from her that's like, you know, company policy says that, you know, watching, you know, like a movie on your phone is, you know, it's against the rules, basically.
Yeah.
And she was like, if you're going to do that, you need to go out to your car.
For lunch?
Yeah. To watch a video on my phone.
You're all like, it's July in Houston, lady.
I'm
not going out to my car.
Dude, I had a panic attack in that place, honestly. I had, my life fell apart in that place, man. For a minute, I was just, so I had moved to Houston with this girlfriend, and just everything felt wrong, dude. Like, right after college, I just rushed over there. I was having all these problems with this girlfriend, and, like, should not have moved there, but I felt like I had to see it through, you know, and I moved, and, yeah, just working at this place that was stealing my soul. And
dude, yeah, man.
I just finally, I freaked out, and I went home, and I told her, you know, I'm going to pursue music. I was like, this is it. Like, I can't do anything else with my life right now. And it hasn't been that exactly, you know, but I went back home and worked for the elevator, which the grain elevator was like my favorite job I think I've ever had. Just it's, you know, it was a really cool experience, just like, you know, seeing this crazy process of harvesting grain and bringing it and storing it in these giant buildings out in the middle of nowhere, you know, these silos. Like, it was really cool. And
I don't know, man. Every time I drive by, you ever driving on the road, and then you see like that one house like out in the middle of fucking nowhere?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Like,
oh, really?
There's no fucking way, man.
Dude, I see that, and I think I would kill for that.
Oh, no, I think I'd kill myself if I had that. Like, I feel like that's trapped. Like, that, you didn't, man, maybe when I get older,
that looks like freedom to me. Like,
dude, mine's
that's so funny.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite side, man, where I'm like, I feel way more at home in Austin or in Denver or anything bigger. It just feels more. It just feels better. But like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And I don't know if it's subconsciously I'm going, well, there's more stage time. There's this venue. There's a whole new. There's a world I don't know.
Right.
But like, oh man, just to fucking dude. God, could you?
I mean, like, yeah.
I've driven through. I won't go to like. I drove through Plainview and Headley during the day.
Yeah.
It's the saddest thing. Like, I was so bummed out.
Okay, yeah, these Texas towns are ridiculous a lot of times, I feel like. I mean, they're all kind of the same. There is a very special quality to them, and I will always be in love with this area. But I do think
I mean, I understand why there are people that are out there. But
isolation.
For me, man. Dude,
that's what I
feel like I'm isolated enough just because it's like, at home, like if I'm here alone, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, like this is all I need. Like if I want to be alone, I just gotta come here.
I mean, ideally, I would be living in a secluded area that is not more than a 30-minute drive to a good city.
See, like I think, and this could just because I've never experienced it, but like I would think, like one of my dreams is like one of those, like say if we have to like relate it to like a movie style thing, it would be like one of those like high rise like 30th floor apartments that are bad at, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like that's where I like that would be so amazing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like
No, that's nice. That's cool.
and it's right down there is like, you know, like in like 5 minute walk. I can hit a comedy club. I can go do some stand up. I can find a set. I can get food. I can do whatever I want just by walking. I don't have to get in the car. I can ride my bike 5 minutes and anything I want is available.
Yeah.
See, that seems appealing to me way more than I've run out of gas a lot, dude. I don't want to be fucking stuck out there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. No, I do want to live in a place for a while where, and I have lived in, like, when I was in high school, I was a foreign exchange student in Germany.
Jesus, dude.
And I lived in, you know, a city where I didn't need to have a car. Like, there was, it was Hanover. It was, you know, it's just like, I mean, you know, a European city that's built, you know, vertically rather than horizontally for
Right.
a good portion of it. And though this city comparatively was more spread out than, you know, other German cities like
Correct.
Berlin,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Berlin is an international huge city, but this city was, you know, a lot smaller. And anyway, but it had the city feel, you know, where I'd take the Straßenbahn, which was basically like the subway that drove on the street too, you know. And anyway, that feeling is, you know, different. It is a different world.
Yeah.
And there's so much like going on and so many different things, like different cultures and stuff, you know, just the diversity. It's like, I mean, it's like a kaleidoscope of life, you know, just,
Yeah.
it's really crazy.
See, and that's what seems appealing to me.
Yeah.
I guess I maybe I can relate it to like I was grounded a lot as a child, like a lot.
Okay.
My stepdad was insane. He's a fucking batshit crazy. So
Oh,
I was
dang.
I was fucking grounded a lot. So I don't really need any more isolation. You know what I mean? Like I
Okay.
think that was it was a problem when I turned 18. Like all that
Okay.
freedom at once, boom, just a big old dose of freedom. That was not good for me because I've
Yeah.
been grounded for so, you know what I mean? Like it's like, and anytime I was ungrounded, I used that to make up for time that like I didn't get to have with my friends.
Yeah.
So I ultimately ended up getting in trouble because I'm out here trying to have a fucking good time. Like you guys always
Right.
tell me these stories at school about how y'all did this, y'all did that. Let's fucking do it, you know? Like it's fucking. And they're like, dude, you need to calm down. You know, we're not gonna go paintball people out of our car. That was like we were drunk that one time. I'm like, I'll fucking find booze, man. Let's do this. I want to
Yeah.
have fun. Like it's a Monday.
This is my day off.
Yeah.
Let's-
So like early adulthood, that was like I went way
Oh,
too hard in the paint.
I feel the same. I mean, I grew up in a very conservative Christian household.
Same.
Though my dad was always the one that I talked to, like the parent that I, you know, felt like understood me a little bit better.
I use my dad.
I love you though, Mom.
My dad lives in Illinois, and like I could call him and say shit to him that I could never, you know.
Right.
That was like the one cool thing.
Right.
It's like I had a parent that was a parent, but he lived so far away, he kind of had to be a friend.
Yeah.
Like it was almost like an obligation. Like I could tell him shit that I couldn't tell any other adult.
Right.
So that was kind of cool to have that relationship early on with my father. You know, so I get what you're saying when
Absolutely.
you say talk to your dad more.
Here you've got me on your show talking about my relationship with my parents.
Oh, no, we don't have to.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But no, they, you know, I had a great, you know, childhood and growing up and everything. And I definitely just kind of broke away from a lot of the, you know, I mean, I just.
You got to experience it for yourself, man.
Exactly.
You
like,
have to.
I feel like, you know, yeah, I'm just living my own life now. And it is like, you know, I do things differently and just like think about things differently. And it is it's a great thing though. Like I feel, and my parents have always like supported me, and
Right.
it's nice to,
My mom's an artist and a hairdresser, and my dad plays guitar,
yeah.
and he's like a musician, like
Nice,
bad
yeah.
motherfucker. He's left-handed, does
Oh,
all that
wow,
shit. So like
nice.
anytime I've had like a passion like that, yeah, they're on board. So I've
Yeah.
never really had that problem. You know what I mean? But like what I was saying is like you got to experience it for yourself, like
Absolutely.
right? And funny enough, the Adam Sandler movie we were talking about, great example of a person who didn't is David Spade's character. Like there are people who don't see like I gotta go see this, man. I gotta do this. I gotta go fucking figure this out for myself.
Right.
And then there's people who like I call it like I was terrible in school. So like so I didn't go from like school to college to a good job and like all that. I was like I feel like they like part of me feels like they missed out too. Like
Okay.
I may have missed out on all the money and the cool job and all that, but like my experience is like I might have a lot more crazy stories than you do. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like I like
No, I live for
if,
that.
if
dude.
it comes down to a cocktail party, like I'm gonna win if we're having a story battle. You know what I mean? Like it's just because I spent most of my time doing like experiencing storytelling shit versus
honestly,
like
no. It's a lifestyle. It's a choice, and I feel like I feel like it's a noble choice too, because there is this thing, and to create something out of it, like a joke or a song, it's an important thing. Like it's there's no like we don't think about those pursuits in the same context as like a career or something like that, or
we're
having
not,
children.
Yeah, we're not
like,
looking at it like, all right, well, I've been focused on this shit to like so I can get on Wall Street and be a trader. Like,
exactly.
Like that takes a lot of like, and I'm not
I mean,
belittling
to a
them in
certain
any
degree,
way.
to a certain degree, you do see yourself moving forward and becoming more successful, and booking more shows, and like that's kind of like what you hope for.
But it's almost in the back.
It's like yeah,
and then a lot of times it comes around into focus several times a week.
right,
But like at the end of the night, when you lay down, you're like, okay, I gotta get up and I gotta go to work in the morning.
right,
And then once you're off work, it's like boom, flips it back on. Like, dude, I can write, I can book the show, I can do this, I can do that.
yeah,
I think the big difference is like if I went to school for this, or if I went to school, I'd get out and ideally get a job in the career that I just went to school for. Now I know that doesn't happen for a lot of people.
dude. The college degree has come to mean close to nothing.
Yeah,
nowadays.
just you
It's
might
like,
get hired first.
Yeah, and it's like oftentimes you get a degree and then you get a job that requires a degree, but all of the knowledge required for the job they teach you at the job.
Yeah,
Like-
you're like, well, we just wanted to make sure you cared enough to get the
Yeah,
degree.
it's like screw off, man. Like
See, I couldn't.
it's so messed up. It's like no, I think that the universities should be like an exclusive thing almost. Like it's like you really have to be pursuing a job that requires an advanced degree, or I feel like we need to encourage more of just like the blue collar jobs. Like
See, I knew
trade schools and stuff.
I
like
knew
that.
by like fucking 6th grade, dude. 6th, 7th grade, I knew I wouldn't go to college.
Yeah.
I knew damn well I wasn't going to college. If it wasn't for my lack of motivation, I knew doubly so because okay, my grades were terrible. I knew that wasn't going to get me a scholarship. I knew I wasn't going to be able to afford it. I knew I didn't give a shit about anything that college offered.
Right.
I'm like, none of these, like, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I damn knew it wasn't any of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was like, my mom frustrated the shit out of her. She, I remember telling her when I was like 15, dude, she's like, what are you going to do for a living? I was like, fucking work in a skate shop. That's a good way to piss your mom right the fuck off. You know what I mean? You gave up already? You're 12. How the fuck did you give up? You know what I mean? Like,
no, dude, I had that dream too. Is like working in a record store. Like,
yeah.
And I tried for the longest time. There's a record store in Lubbock. I tried for the longest time to get a job there. I'd always like ask, and I went there every week, if not, like every other day. And anyway, I would ask every now and then, hey, are you guys hiring right now? But they never were. And my job in Lubbock, I worked for the school. I worked for Student Business Services, doing like student financial accounts, looking, making sure people have paid their tuition, and just like this very official dress up for work every single day behind a desk job. And it was a good experience to have that.
That sounds scary to me.
But it was, It was like I definitely, wasn't entirely comfortable. It did help me in a lot of ways. Like I can write a damn good business email now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's kind of an important skill. Like it's helped me.
That's good to use.
Yeah.
Like that. Anytime you have a bad experience,
There's a spider on the table.
to just jump off.
Yeah.
That's not good. I'm not wearing shoes. Let's go ahead.
Okay, well, he's over there somewhere.
I'll act like I'm not freaking out. So.
Yeah, he's getting closer to you. He's.
That's all good, man. It's all good. I'm allergic to spiders.
Oh, are you really?
No, it's a joke I have. I tell on stage. I go talk about how I'm allergic to spiders and cops. Yeah, dude. I already forgot what the fuck we were talking about, but it's just I don't know. Because you said you grew up kind of in Amarillo, man. I bet you're just as impressed as I am with the art scene here blowing the fuck up, man.
Absolutely.
People are commissioning graffiti artists to tag their buildings. That's unheard of here. That's amazing. I actually know one of the guy who did the right across from the 806 that Mario wall.
Yeah.
With all the Nintendo stuff on it, Game Quest.
Yeah.
My buddy Parrish, he did that shit.
Yeah.
And he's tagged all over town. They have they did my work is it has the Music Box Body Art Studio.
Oh,
It has Dragon Ball Z all down one side.
Oh, wow.
Dude, it's just cool to see all this art popping up. The music scenes, like I feel like we're getting really badass musicians. Comics are coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like there's so many comics now.
Well, and I feel like Amarillo as a whole is getting bigger, and so I think that it's kind of bringing some of that out of the woodwork. And I feel like there's a lot going on in Amarillo just, politically. Have you heard anything about what's going on with... there's a Facebook page, The City of Amarillo.
That it's like
a satire that always hammers Mayor Nelson.
Yeah.
It's anyway, it's crazy that there's just everybody's doing something in Amarillo right now. I
can't believe they got away with making that page.
I feel like there's this, I don't know, at the same time, I'm leaving Amarillo, because I feel like for me, Amarillo is coming back to something, it's almost like taking a step back. No offense to Amarillo.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I always dreamed about myself moving off to other places and doing other things. So to be here still, or, to have come back here, it's like, no, I haven't, gone and done those things that I said that I would do.
I feel you, man. I feel like anytime one of my friends move, it's somehow they get brought right the fuck back.
Yeah.
It's like the island on Lost. It's like purgatory, dude. You can't actually leave.
Right. No, yeah, it's scary, man. It's yeah, I've seen some people, do really well here, and then others just, come here and then they just kind of lose ambition,
It's because, when you look around, what is there to do? Like, what could we go do right now? We could go to the movies.
We can go to the coffee shop or the bar.
Yeah, that's it. Movies, eat, drink, or go to one of the coffee shops.
Yeah.
And that is it.
Yeah. Or stay at home.
Yeah, or go spend $30 on one of the no offense, Wonderland, dog. Bro, y'all are charging too much. Whenever that's like a dot of what Six Flags is, and they call them.
There's nice, it's nice to go to Paladuro Canyon sometimes, but even then, it's just there's not. Yeah, there's.
What are we doing, man? How are they gonna charge you? Okay,
this is just a traditional town. They, it's.
I just feel and my beef is only with the price. I love what Wonderland is. It's fun to go, but it's not $30 a head fun, dog. It's not. I know, and it must be expensive to run all that stuff, and there's a lot of employees and stuff. But dude, I can't if it's and that's for I think $30 for the pass where you still have to pay to ride the cool shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Where you still gotta buy tickets to ride all the cool shit.
To ride it's just
and there's
the
only
Fantastic Journey, the haunted house one, and then the Texas Tornado
and the drop.
Both great rides,
and
though.
the drop of fear or whatever it is.
Okay.
And they haven't even updated the fucking the haunted house since like the early '90s. I feel like
Yeah, no, you're right. I will tell you.
it used to scare me when I was a kid, though.
Yeah,
It was
that's
terrifying.
exactly what I was about to say. Yeah, I have this very vivid memory of being like 4 or 5 years old and being there, and somehow my mom, like, she was always against this stuff, but she decided it would be okay for me to get, to ride on the haunted house ride. And my brother, like, was, arguing for me. He's like, it'll be fine, Mom. Like, it's not that scary. I was like, hell yeah, Blue, thanks. Like, anyway, and so he rode with me. What's going on, dog? There's a dog.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Silver, come here, baby.
It's okay. What's her name?
Silver.
Silver. It's a girl?
Yeah, I got 3 of them. She's the old one.
What kind of dog is she?
She's a pit boxer mix.
She's really sweet. She's friendly. But anyway, I went on that ride, and my brother came with me, and it's like the sweetest memory that I have of my brother. He was like, hey, if you get scared, man, he was like, you don't have to, he's like, you can just like hide your head in my jacket.
Yeah.
Like, you can, I was like, okay, thinking that I wouldn't get scared, and then we went in there, did, and eventually I just like hid in his jacket. No, he was real cool about it, just being a really solid older brother. Like,
yeah, that's tight.
Like, for once, like, not bullying me, like, yeah, like, you don't have to be scared, man. Like,
Yeah. He's like, Mom's not gonna let me go, so I have to let you go.
Yeah.
I gotta bring you on, man. Well, like, that's a good experience, though. That's a cool fucking memory,
Yeah.
Like, cause like I don't have older brothers or nothing, so like
Okay.
I have sisters.
Okay.
It's a different world.
I have a couple of sisters too, actually.
Yeah, I grew up with 4 sisters.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, but
wow.
like,
So you're the only boy.
Yeah, but I only lived with one of them, so
Okay.
it wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a cool fucking. I just remember it scared the shit out of me, and then I've always had ear problems, so
Okay.
like that loud ass horn at the end is not good for you. And I hated it. That's the only part that's the only reason I
Yeah.
won't go on today. Like if I will not go on there because that fucking horn at the end, like it's gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
No, yeah, you're right. It's
And then
just too loud.
I have ear problems, so I don't go on water rides. So here we
okay.
are. What can I ride? the Texas tornado.
The Scrambler.
the
You
drop-
can go ride the Scrambler.
I'm gonna throw up on everybody. I promise. I had some beers before I came.
The Mousetrap.
Yeah,
There's the Mousetrap.
that one. I remember as a kid, dude. I thought I was gonna die on that thing. I was like real small kid, and going over that first drop, I
Yeah.
felt my ass come out of the chair, and like the person next to me was like they were like a little bit bigger than me. Like, dude, I could have just like floop. Like I felt like I could have
Oh,
came right
man.
the fuck out. That
I wonder-
scared the shit out of me.
I did get.
I'm sorry I'm cussing so much.
No, you're okay. I got trapped on the one that like sticks up out of the ground like a flower almost, and has like arms and
Oh, like the
and then they
like
twist all
yeah,
around,
yeah,
you know. Yeah, that ride like broke, and I was stuck on it for a good 30 minutes, facing right into the sun in August, and it was really awful. They finally got us down, but it was an unpleasant experience.
man.
I want to know what their injuries, like,
Yeah,
what,
like,
what kind of like
if you can pull up a chart.
bad accidents.
Well,
have
I
happened
feel
there.
like, and this might just be like a story that every kid told at school.
okay.
But like whenever I was growing up, how old are you?
I'm 24.
24. So you're not much younger than me. When I was like, I remember when I was younger, the Himalaya used to go backwards.
Oh yeah,
You remember that?
yeah.
Apparently, and this might like be like just like an Amarillo tall tale or whatever. But from my understanding, is a girl got thrown from it when it was going backwards,
Oh shit.
and like I guess she died or something, and like that's why they don't go backwards anymore.
Wow.
So I mean, I guess they would at least have that on their record.
I think I heard that story too. I heard that growing up. Is that
Yeah. But see, like that's like one of those things, dude. Like I don't know if it's true because when I was growing up, my mom told me she was like, when you start driving, make sure to never hit a box on a road because it might have a baby in it.
Oh my
And I was
god.
like, what? And then like I asked other friends, they're like, yeah, my mom told me that too. It's like, what was going on in California? Was there like a string of box babies on the highway? Like, why are our parents telling us this?
That's terrifying.
Yeah. My mom told me that when I was like
I-
8.
I won't hit a box ever.
Yeah, I won't either. And like now in my
like
head,
that.
I'm like, it's logically not a baby,
That's,
but I still won't
yeah.
hit him because I'm like, it's a fucking puppy. There's a
Yeah.
puppy in there, and like
Yeah.
that scares the shit out of me now, dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fuck. That's
No, yeah,
I want to
that's
know
the
what was
kind of
going
thing
on.
that incites like, absolute fear for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
Like-
it's just something like I'll never forget her saying that to me. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
Like there's all those little moments that you'll never forget someone. Like even if it's just funny
Yeah.
or crazy, like you just see someone do something and you're like, I know right now that I'll never forget that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. No, okay, so this is okay, a moment that stuck out to me recently, right?
Yeah.
This is like a far different mood than I think we've been discussing, but
Is it sad?
yeah, it's a little sad. But it was like a really great moment that I don't know, was just kind of like a beautiful human moment, you know. My grandma was in town visiting, and she's from Phoenix. And so she's in town visiting, you know, and all of the family's out at dinner, and she was in town for her birthday. We were all celebrating her birthday. Oh shoot, I don't know how old my grandma is, but it was like I think it was her 81st birthday, 80th or 81st. Anyway, so we have this birthday for her, and we're asking her question. Like we all started asking her questions about, you know, what she was gonna do in the next year, and she said that, you know, she was like writing a book, I guess, about her parents, and just like she started talking about her mom like going to college, and then she had like been raised on a farm, and you know, back in those days it was expected that the daughter may go to college, but then she would come back to the farm, you know, and like be there. And anyway, so she went off to college, but then she just like hopped on a train and like ran off to marry this dude, like my grandfather, and sent a letter back home. Just said like, I'm moving to, I think, San Diego or something like that.
What happened to people, man?
She's like, I'm moving to San Diego.
We don't have stories like this anymore.
You know, yeah. And so my grandma's telling me this, right? And she just like sits there and she's like, my mom like went to chase her dreams, and she started like tearing up, and all the rest of my family, like I felt like I was the only one picking up on it, because I looked around and everybody else is just eating their fucking Outback steak, and
Yeah, just like on their phone.
grandma's like having this really profound moment.
George Clooney just tweeted this.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, holy shit, yeah, like, what a life. Like, life in general. Like,
I fucking love hearing people's stories like that, dude.
yeah.
My great-grandmother,
Yeah.
I'm not even married into the family anymore, and she still, like, sends me letters.
Oh,
She's
yeah, okay.
Sweet, sweet lady. She was born in France, I believe,
Okay.
and she has a strong accent. She, like, I guess witnessed World War II, like,
Oh, wow.
all that shit.
Yeah.
She fucking fled the country and like got on a boat. I can't remember. Like, she told us this whole story. It was like a 4-hour long story.
Jeez.
And she's telling us about how she got over here. She fell in love with a dude who, they didn't even speak the same language.
Wow.
They had like a friend that translated for him and everything.
Wow.
And they like got married and had kids. And but the first day, or not, I don't know day, but like they got a farm, like kind of like how you're saying. They got this
Yeah.
farm. And she was saying she wanted to be a big, strong American girl. She wanted to be American, strong, hard worker.
Okay.
And they put her coveralls. They gave her some coveralls, and she's out working in the fields or whatever, doing some farm work. And those coveralls, and she's saying like it's just like she just keeps feeling like something, like it hurts. Like she's thinking it's like all the hard work, muscles, traveling, the sun, all that. At the end of the day, she didn't want to complain though. That was like the one thing. She's like, I'm not gonna complain. Like, I don't want to seem like a complainer.
Yeah.
End of the day, took them off, and she'd been getting bitten by fire ants all night, dude, or all day, and like, dude, fucked her up all bad. She had the plague, apparently. She was telling us about that. Like, dude,
Oh, my God.
she was just telling us these stories, and this lady cooks a feast for every meal, Every meal,
Jeez,
like
yeah, that's cool.
like
That's great.
when I went to visit her, they lived on this private airport, and her like great nephew or great someone, right? I think it was like my great uncle or something like that.
Okay.
Lived him and his wife lived there with her. He built planes and flew them for fun and like maintained the runway and stuff like that. And she like for dinner or for lunch, she cooked like a feast, like a turkey and stuff.
Yeah.
Then once it was all cleaned up, she started cooking dinner. That's what she did. She just cooked all day long, dude. Just like the bombest meals. It was so
Hell
it
yeah.
was so cool. And
That's
just
awesome.
I like in the same way, I mean, it's me, two of my cousins, you know, my mom, or my mom was really into it, but like I feel like it was just me and her that were like the only ones like, wow, like I could listen to you tell this story all day.
Right.
And that's why she just kept like I'm telling you, like 4 hours. My mom like memorized every part of it. Like if I could call her right now, she would just spit it.
That's
You
cool.
know what I mean? Like,
That's really awesome. That's a great.
But,
Those
like,
stories are always.
but
so
we don't
cool,
have
yeah.
that anymore, dude.
Yeah.
Like no, like I'm sure we do, but like, I don't know anybody who went to across a country, fell in love with somebody they don't speak the same language with, or like ran
Yeah.
away to go like hopped a train to go do some shit, and then like send a letter back home. Like now you talk it out. Like, oh, I'm gonna go do this. Like, well, that's a disappointment. Like, yeah, mom,
Well,
I'm telling you, I'm
mean,
gonna be a comedian. Sorry.
we definitely. I think that the lack of communication back in the days was very. You know, like I mean, it was hard to make a phone call. You know.
Right.
Now
but
it's
that-
like you just.
that's
send a
part of the
fucking text
beauty of the
message,
story,
like-
though. Is like
Yeah,
like
that's
you go
exactly-
months without hearing from this person.
Exactly, and then
they,
all of a
they
sudden
show up on your
they just-
doorstep and tell you
yeah.
they have a different life.
Yeah. No, it's yeah, and it's this yeah, you know, the relationship is the dynamic of the relationship I'm sure is a lot different. And anyway, I think that yeah, we've become, you know, significantly more globalized. And it's like something that we just have to embrace though. There's no stopping it now.
Well, like the style of music you
Unfortunately.
play, like it kind of reminds me of like a earlier time, like kind of like not maybe like what, like maybe a little after the time period I think you and I are like talking about currently, but like
Yeah.
it reminds you of something it's just not today. It's from the past. Yeah, that's how it
Well,
feels. You know
well,
what I mean?
you know, I definitely feel, you know, I listen to a lot of like classic rock and just
I'm a huge hip hop guy as of lately, man. I can't stop with the hip
well,
hop.
hey, in recent years, yeah, a friend of mine, my roommate in college, like I for the longest time, you know, had all these preconceived notions about hip hop and just thought that I hated it. I had my select few songs that I was like, okay, I'm okay with these, but it was usually like, oh, only because I associate it with this like party mood or whatever, you know.
Right, right.
And it was like I had to meet that person that was like, dude, you're doing this the wrong way. You know, you can't appreciate all music for the same reasons.
Yeah.
So it's like he sat me down. This is my old roommate Paul. He he sat me down and he gave me Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon 2 and Kanye West's Late Registration. And I can't remember the other one, but one more, and he was just like, you know, get started with these albums and just see what you can do, you know, just like be as open as possible.
Yeah, like listen, just jam it like you
Yeah.
would like a YouTube song, I feel like, or you know, just put it on and jam.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it was life changing. It was I started with those, and anyway, from there I mean I got really into a lot of different stuff, a lot of the, you know, like 90s rap. I was really into that, like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, the West Coast and East Coast
See,
thing.
I got
was
really into like
it.
E40 and like
Okay.
Be Legit, Silly Cell, like all those guys, like the Bay Area. Yeah, like E40's crazy. But yeah, that's kind of like where I started with hip hop too.
Nice.
It's just like someone introduced me, like, and like I saw how much they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That kind of helped me. You know what I mean? Because like I was like, like at the time, all I listened to was like death metal,
Oh, okay.
like death metal and Stephen Lynch. That was pretty much the whole album collection at that point.
Okay.
And so yeah, but I feel what you're saying about that, man. I like do you have like a style? I mean, you said like you named some artists like Kid Cudi and stuff. Do you like is that your style? Like that's the kind of because I like that real like
I do
chopper
like that.
Tech
I feel like that
Nine
was the-
super fast
Yeah.
stuff. That's what I enjoy.
I feel like what I was introduced, you know, like genuinely like introduced to hip hop and rap with, you know, Kid Cudi and Kanye West. I feel like that was a good transition for me. Although what I've been into lately, this guy, so it's like rap is still very touch and go for me.
Yeah.
So it's like whenever I'm in the mood, it's like I'll, go back. There was a while when I was like just really into gangster rap and just like, Ghetto Boys and Scarface and that Houston thing, dude. Holy shit, I was into that, man.
Ghetto dope. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know though. I was also into like A$AP Rocky and Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I haven't really listened to a lot of Childish Gambinos, but anyway, just more like modern artists, like modern, like the big names in hip hop.
Have you checked out his new song, "This Is America"?
I did watch the video. I've only watched it once, but
I don't understand. Everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Like he just like it's a good video. It's a really good.
Okay.
It's very well shot. I enjoy it. I don't see. I guess I'm not getting the messages that these people are seeing, and I feel like maybe this might be like one of the ones that didn't actually have. Like people are finding messages that aren't there, that he may have not intended. It might be the best way to put it. I don't know. I'm not seeing it in the same light that I feel like everybody else is. Like I'm missing something.
I think that the safest thing for me to say is that I definitely have to give it another watch through to make a judgment about it.
But it was a cool video. I really enjoyed how he shot it.
It was cool. The gunshot things were unexpected.
Yeah, see, I think on me, it's just like I think I'm missing something. I think that's all it is.
Yeah.
I'm not. There's something there that I'm not seeing. I don't know. I've watched it twice. I tried to be like I wanted to be on board with like, it was a great, because I love he does, because Donald Glover does stand up. He does all that stuff.
Right. Yeah. He was on Community.
Yeah. Dude, I love that show. It's not up there, not as high as Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but he was my favorite character on the show.
Yeah.
Community. It was dude, Dan Harmon, same dude that did Rick and Morty.
Okay.
Wrote that. That's a good fucking show.
Yeah. I haven't really listened to Childish Gambino a whole lot. I've listened to kind of the popular stuff, like the singles, I guess lately though, like the hip hop artists that I've been out to, there was an album that came out this year actually. This Chicago rapper Saba, I think that's how you pronounce it.
I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
Anyway, it's like he has this album Care for Me, and honestly, man, just I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'll definitely look it up. Absolutely,
it's so good. It's an album that he wrote like in the wake of his cousin's death. His cousin was like stabbed to death after he wouldn't give up his coat. And anyway, it's
man,
like
that's so sad.
Yeah, dude.
Man, like I don't know. I'm bummed. Like as a kid, you're oblivious to all this kind of stuff, and not every. I guess where we grew up, where I was oblivious to it. I can't speak for everybody, but like man, you grow up in certain places, man. You gotta be thankful. Like everyone's like, I hate Amarillo, especially as a kid.
Right.
I hate Amarillo, man. Can't wait to leave. Kind of lucky, dude. We didn't grow up in Chicago, like on the bad side of town. Where you couldn't buy Nikes.
We were safe in Amarillo for the most part. And I grew up in Panhandle, which was, super small town, and like Amarillo was what I came to when my parents came here, and then I started coming here more when I got into high school. But in Panhandle, it was like, it's a small town, everybody.
Yeah.
It's just like there's nothing to be afraid of, like really. And in the bigger cities, and definitely like going to some of those cities, like living in Houston, there was like a part of the city that I had to avoid.
You had to.
Not like that I was like, that people told me don't go here. Like it was like,
and they're openly talking about it, like you don't want to go over here.
Exactly. And I couldn't tell you what neighborhood that was now.
Yeah, you're just lost on me. Same. It's just, I don't know, man. That's just a crazy thought. But the reason I brought up hip hop is I was going to show you a song by OZ the Hitmaker, man, right before we close out the show.
Okay.
This dude, I really enjoy the work he's doing, so I'm trying to help spread the word. You guys go check out OZ the Hitmaker on YouTube. This guy's killing it, man. He's killing the game. This song is called Sayin' Pride.
You may have invaded my mind and my body. Say it! You know I'm killing these rappers, I'm coming back again. I keep the chopper down on the melody, dropping damage. I'm a bandana on a banana clip when I'm blaming. I'm calling the doctor, they gotta properly pop advantage. I'm killing the beat, I got these niggas stiff as a mannequin, panicking. I'm from another planet, I crash landed in. I ever with these niggas be mobile rapping and babbling. For that, I play the execution, the swing of the javelin. Facts, you niggas don't write like that. Bar heavy, hit them with a hook and strike like that. Punchline at the punch, bring it fight night back. Breaking hands, who told you to hold a mic like that? I'ma keep this shit going like a mic soundtrack. All bars be the reason why your iPhone crack. I dwell in the jungle with a python's at. I'm a beast, I dare you to make eye contact. I'm on another level, you can't avoid it, inevitable. Look at me, I'm doing this shit they said that I never could do. Niggas disrespecting me, coming back, put the metal to you. And I know why you really mad at me, cause I'm better than you. Just to let you know you in some danger. Hear the beat and magnify my anger. Had to hit him with another banger. Training in the hyperbolic chamber. Coming out, I'm feeling like I'm Frazier. You could die in front of these razors. Chop awake the dead and wake the neighbors. This'll get the bustin' like a waiter. Assalamu alaikum, meet Jamaica. I'm blacking out this time, flavor. Body parts, I put them in containers. This the part where no one comes to save you. Coming up, I'm on a double up. You better knuckle up. I'm about to fuck him up and jump a nigga like he double touch. I cut him up and then I run him up on any one of you niggas. Be acting like they really want it, but they ain't tough enough. Woo! They say I'm way above average. I put the beat in the casket, then piss on the grave like a savage. Man, fuck all that dab shit. They want my album, I'm higher demand. Lying if you saying I ain't the man. Lyrical soldier, the mic in my hand. Cooking these rappers, they fry in the pan. I listen to me like I am a fan. Murder you live, you can die on the gram. Add that with the rap facts for the backpack. Hashtag, I'm going as light as I can. You on life support and I'm about to cut the cord. I've been murdering niggas, they showing no remorse. Hopping 10 toes down when it come to wars. And I'm a stand-up rider like a hoverboard. You ain't really saying shit and I be fucking bored. Just another whack nigga with a corny cause. My 16s leave you with the stank face to the left, waving both hands like double doors. Rappers hear me, they get in their feelings. Petrified when I be in the building. Cause they on my list for ass kickings. That I'm passing out, Wendy Williams. Name me a nigga, my rhyming is better. I beat the track up like Conor McGregor. Take stabs at whoever. Break the blade off in your chest. Screaming Wakanda forever. Sizzle. Watch your race dwindle to a handful. And then tell me what has more meaning than your...
Nice, dude.
Dude, he's killing it, man.
Yeah.
He is
That
killing
was really good.
and like all of his songs are like that, man. Like all of them. Like
That's
he has this
cool.
other one, Jugular, I
Yeah.
believe is I love like everything he's putting out, man. It's just unbelievable.
That's super cool.
I don't know if it's, let's see if I can find Jugular real quick. I don't know if it's gonna be popping up. I think this was like one of the ones. He actually has a full album that you can find, I believe, and this was the one that I saw him promote the most. Oh no.
Okay.
I'll just give you a little piece of it.
So you motherfuckers forgot. This my shit. Y'all niggas around here acting all friendly and shit. This shit competition, man.
You can tell this dude
Sometimes you
writes
gotta remind
so
a
much.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know how many words he said?
Yeah, that's
Nobody
crazy.
niggas gon' stop me. I'm going all in it from the beginning, winning, pinning it properly. When I'm in the building, I'm killing, catching the body. You think you fucking with me, you really tripping off Molly. This a light stretch, no Pilates. You got me a lot of weight on these bars and ain't nobody can spot me. Y'all niggas do it for a hobby. I do it cause I'm hotter than wasabi. A couple shots of the sake. Only money you
See,
know
I
is coming
can't
to such a
imagine,
lobby.
like,
I
writing a
only get
song
better
and
than
just
you.
putting that many words into it, you know, like-
Turnbull City, you niggas know where to find me. I'm a
I can. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I've written a rap song before, actually.
But that,
But not like that.
I mean, like I don't know how. Man, how does your brain work? You know what I mean? Like, how do you you have to recognize every syllable.
Yeah.
Like it's all that. I don't know. I think it's my death metal. I love death metal. Like back in the day, I
Yeah.
really can't listen to it anymore, man. But back in the day, I loved it, and I think this is kind of like it. That kind of molded the style of rap I like.
Yeah.
Like if you played that dude's syllables on a snare drum, it would sound impeccable.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just like like it would just sound cool. And I think that's highly. I think that's like one of the biggest reasons why I like Tech Nine. Anybody who like chops like just real fast. I love that shit, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm also impressed. I'm so impressed by how many words they say. Like it's like someone who writes, bust out 5 pages and it's 3 minutes of
Yeah.
a story. You're like, man. And I'm not talking near as fast as these guys, or having to rhyme, or like put together a. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy. But
I mean, but there's a lot of nuances to comedy that you don't necessarily pull off in music, you know? Just like you can be more expressive, you know?
yeah,
It's just like you can get away with it, you know? It's like,
yeah, they just kind of like these guys are assholes. Like, I think that's the how the audience feels. They just because like they kind of let us. As long as you write it tastefully, you can legit say whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was telling Thomas this last night because of the way the 806 is. I really wanted to write the word faggot into a joke and make it play at the 806 because
Right.
it's a really hard crowd to do that for.
Yeah.
And so I have multiple jokes now that I've learned because of that experience now how I have to manipulate my speech in order to say certain words.
Well, and there is, I mean, I do think that to a certain degree you owe.
Silver.
I think to a certain degree, even as a comedian, I think you owe a certain conscious eye to what's going on in the world around you and what are people sensitive about. But at the same time, that is kind of the very essence of doing it.
We pick at that scab.
Yeah, it's like go ahead and do it, but you have to do it the right way. That's the reason. That's the reason it's such a controversial thing, is because you have to do it. You can only do it. You can only talk about it in the right way,
or it's gonna blow up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. This whole last year and a half has been so crazy.
Definitely.
Just good for material though. But man, we're hitting over a little after 9 o'clock, man. I'm gonna go and let my dogs out and everything. I really appreciate you coming by. Do you have anything you want to plug? Plug your website? You have an Instagram or anything like that?
Hey, thank you for having me on. What's your show called?
The Weekly Relapse. It's so.
Relapse.
I love that no one can remember. It's like my favorite part of the name.
Sorry.
No. I'm being very sincere. It's like I love it. It's like because like people stumble over the words all the time. Like that's why I make my guests do the intro. Because it's just so funny to me.
The Weekly Relapse. Well, thank you for having me on the show, man. And yeah, I mean,
absolutely, dude.
Check out my music if you want to check out my music. It's at stewartcowan.bandcamp.com.
Absolutely. You got an Instagram?
Yeah, my Instagram handle. Yeah, I'm very active on my Instagram, actually. And my handle is stew_cow. Like stew, STEW_COW.
Nice. Well, right on, man. Well, we appreciate you guys listening to the Weekly Relapse. I'm Skylar Potter.
I'm Stewart Cowan.
You guys, peace out.